Gather around, children. This is the Dice Tower Network.
Party Gamecast will show you what to play, giving you ideas when you don't know what to do or say. Party Gamecast. It's all fun and games. We'll show you new ideas to play. Party Gamecast. Having fun is easy when you know what games to play. Party Gamecast will show you what to play, giving you ideas so you can party away.
Welcome to episode number 79 of the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast, podcast about party games and games you take to parties. We're moderator Bruce. One important thing you may notice in this episode as we're talking is that it's out of order. An astute listener would say, Bruce, it went from 77 to 79. What in the world happened? And I would say, thank you for paying attention. We recorded 2 episodes right before I went to BGG Con. The thought being that when I got back, I would edit 78, put it out earlier in the week, and then 79 today on Thanksgiving, which, if I get this out fast enough, I barely got in on American Thanksgiving. However, went to BGG Con, a lot more going on there than I had expected. I took no nights to work on the show, which I had hoped I would do, but I was just having so much fun being there. I met a lot of you. Each and every one of you I want to thank for coming up to me, because it is nice to know people are listening. I say that a lot, and it sounds really weird, and I've said it to probably every one of you that talk to me, but we do chuck it out into the ether, and we don't know people are listening until you respond. So coming up to me, I just can't thank you enough. But that also made it so I had no real interest while I was there working for the fine folks at North Star to then take the nights and work on this, because I was just having fun being there and playing the occasional game and going out and getting dinner with people and all that kind of good stuff you get to do at a con. So when I came back, I had to get ready for a party, I had to get ready for Thanksgiving. So we're just going to put out 79 first, because that's the order we made them in. 78 will be coming out in a couple of weeks. We certainly hope you guys have enjoyed your holiday. You're probably listening to this most likely on Black Friday, if you are listening. Beyond that, I don't know much else to tell you. This episode's going to have a very different format than normal. It's like 29 What the Foods, and we talk about Scrabble, because we have decided we do these kind of classic games. We were going to throw some other stuff in there. We do a discussion topic about kind of some of the best games you could take to your family. We've added that to the episode. But largely, it's a lot of What the Foods, which seemed more than apropos considering the holiday we are celebrating. Once again, that is in the U.S. for the rest of the world. Happy Thursday. Happy near Friday. Probably Friday when you hear this. Thank you so much for listening. You know what? I'm going to stop blabbering here. Let's jump into the episode. Welcome to episode number 79 of the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast, podcast about party games and games you take to parties. It just so happens to be Thanksgiving here in America, or as you call it in the rest of the world, Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Thursday. Gobble, gobble Thursday.
So, like we do every year, we're going to talk about a classic. Today, we are talking about Scrabble. We're also going to discuss an unfortunate amount of food, because that's what we do here, not just being an American.
Well, that's what you do on Thanksgiving.
That is what you do on Thanksgiving.
You eat until you're sick.
Absolutely. And I'm your moderator, Bruce. Joining me in the show is Rocki.
Hey.
Brian.
Gobble, gobble.
And Mike.
Nom, nom, nom.
So, what are you doing with your life,
nom, nom.
What are you doing with your life?
Nom, nom, nom.
So, when are you finally going to have a kid?
Nom, 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 nom.
So, is that going to...
And
we're probably going to... We've seen her so many times. We almost feel like she's a part of the family. Are you ever going to actually propose or anything? Or is this just going to be one of these... So...
that might be my favorite one of those we've done.
Well played, Mike.
Thank you.
So this episode is going to have a completely different format than we normally go with. We are going to eat a ton of What the Foods. What the food?
What the food?
What the fun?
And we are going to try to space them out and appropriately theme them for meals of the day. We're about to have a long day.
Yeah. For those of you who are not in the United States and have not visited a friend in the United States during Thanksgiving, this is not usually how it goes. It's certainly not usually with so much candy and chips.
No, that's Halloween. Well,
Yeah, no,
candy.
the candy is definitely Halloween.
And speaking of Halloween,
Yes?
we are opening a it's woo. We are opening up with a bunch of candy corn and candy corn flavored things. And I know you're thinking, Bruce, a second ago you said something about breakfast. Bear with me, listener. The fine folks at Brock's have teamed up to make a Target exclusive with the fine folks at Target. They have made brunch favorites candy corn. They are French toast and maple syrup, waffles and strawberry, and chocolate chip and pancakes.
Oh, my.
And what I can tell you is this, is that if you bury your nose into this bag, I kid you not, I am not joking, it smells like a Waffle House.
Wow. So there are 3 different colors so you can tell them apart.
It's 3? Okay. Yeah.
Wow, that is so
Yeah.
breakfast syrupy.
Yeah, I mean, like, that is
Make
straight
sure I
up
got all
smells like an
3. Okay,
IHOP
good.
or a Waffle
I
House.
like how you
or-
said breakfast syrup, not maple
Well,
syrup.
they don't serve you maple
Oh,
syrup.
yeah.
They serve
No.
you breakfast syrup.
That
Yeah.
smells like the breakfast buffet at, like, Shoney's or something.
Yeah.
Because America, high fructose corn syrup.
Wow.
America.
This might be one of the most of American things I have ever experienced, is a candy corn that tastes like brunch.
America,
America.
Should I take a picture of some of these for the Twitter?
Yeah, please. And let's try and get our colors right here.
So the yellowy one is the, French toast and maple syrup?
Is that how it
Yes.
works?
Yeah.
And the white, orange, and black are the waffles and strawberry.
Pink. They're pink like strawberries.
Okay. And the brown and yellow are the chocolate chip pancakes.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
start with the waffles and maple syrup, like just the maple syrupy ones
Okay.
that are brown. So let's begin with all
creamy.
candy corn tastes like failed hopes and dreams. Let's just begin with that, okay?
Yeah.
I enjoy candy corn.
There's a problem with you.
Oh,
I taste... You get the
they
syrupy
call it
thing.
maple syrup on this, by the way, on the package.
That is
a
definitely
little-
breakfast syrup.
There's
Yep.
there's maple flavored syrup, especially on the back end. Like not right away, but as you're done, like,
Yeah.
the aftertaste is mapley. I smelled egg. I don't really taste egg.
Yeah. It is a little creamy, but I think part of it is the texture of a candy corn.
Yeah, all candy
I would-
corn's always a little creamy.
I think it would be cinnamony, but it's not.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, and my
Not everyone-
French toast is usually not so waxy.
Yeah, certainly not that waxy.
Most people don't cinnamon their. Well, some people cinnamon toast. Their cinnamon their French toast. Some people don't. So I
Yeah.
must have left it out. Some people just
You
powdered
should.
sugar.
No, you
Yeah,
should.
that's
you should
definitely
cinnamon.
a mapley.
Yeah, there's a maple
It's
aftertaste.
definitely a maple aftertaste.
Not actual maple syrup, but like when you buy the maple syrup that doesn't say 100% maple syrup, it just says syrup. and
Or it
maple.
says 100%
syrup.
breakfast syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, maple flavored
It is.
syrup.
It
Yeah.
is like 100% breakfast syrup.
Yeah.
So the authenticity.
It is very syrupy. I will give them 100% syrup.
Yeah.
It is syrupy, but it lacks the authenticity that I expected from candy corn.
From candy corn flavored like brunch.
Yeah. Brock's brunches.
So we're moving on to the next one. What is the
This
one
is-
that's pink?
The one that is
Waffles and strawberry.
yes, the one that is the white, pink, and brown.
Okay, so this is a bold call.
I smell
Wow.
whipped cream.
They're definitely strawberry.
Oh, you taste the strawberry. You can't smell it, but yeah, you taste that
Yeah.
strawberry.
Oh yeah, that is.
A little bit of cream.
I'm
You,
sorry.
you just looked at the.
I'm looking at the package because I was looking for their Twitter handle because apparently it's the Ferrera Candy Company. Owns
like
Brock's.
Ferrero
Like
Rocher's.
Rocher.
Yeah.
Now, the part I laughed at is it says in bold letters, produced with genetic engineering.
So this isn't naturally occurring corn.
Wait a minute. You're telling me
Monsanto's growing this corn
I
right
can't
now.
just go out and find that it looks like corn that Monsanto would grow.
Yeah, it's colorful like maize. I assume this is just one of those heirloom breeds that we don't make anymore, right?
This
Sure,
is
that's
what
exactly
corn
what-
used to look like before humanity bred it.
This
Yeah.
is what the Native Americans used to eat
Yeah.
before the white man came and ruined it all and made it all taste like yellow.
So,
You're welcome.
so what I can
Man, the look I just got.
Oh God, I just wanted to be quiet and wait for that to die.
No, I had to come in and kill that.
You're welcome. That's going in the episode, right?
So, I know you're thinking, hey, the episode where you eat candy corn, I didn't think we'd get this dark. Hey, that's how it goes sometimes when we're all together, because we're family here. It's a little dark.
Yeah.
So, that is definitely a strawberry flavored candy corn thing.
Yeah, it didn't really taste like waffles. There
No.
was strawberry and a little creamy, but again, that could just be the
texture.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's candy corn.
So then, what is our last one on the hit parade here, Mike?
The last one is the chocolate chip and pancakes.
Okay.
Not chocolate chip pancakes. Chocolate chip ampersand pancakes.
The picture shows pancakes with chocolate chips on top of it.
Yes.
And butter.
Yes, and there is a pat of butter on top of chocolate chips.
It doesn't smell like anything.
I am getting pancakes.
I'm getting pancake and not really chocolate.
I fear I might have eaten the wrong one.
No, I think you did eat the
It's
right
got a
one.
brown tip and a brown bottom.
No, that's the one.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm definitely getting, and I'm getting not maple syrup, but like the syrup that comes in a tearaway top package.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
you would put on a big breakfast from McDonald's.
Yeah, when you ask for syrup at McDonald's or Denny's and they don't bring you the jar, they bring you the to-go cup
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I don't get chocolate.
The second one I ate, I got vague cocoa at the end, but not like I had to look for it.
I'm looking and I didn't. Oh nope, there it is.
See?
Yeah, I just got
It's
one
just
that
that
was a little cocoa.
little the little tip that's
Yeah.
because the other is apparently pancake and syrup, and then that little the little dark brown tip is just the chocolate.
And just as a quick note, because every once in a while I try to have these conversations across podcasts with fine folks from Flip the Table. And they refer to the 20-piece chicken nuggets as the shame box. Absolutely true.
There's no shame in.
You're wrong.
In that game?
You're wrong. There is shame in that game.
Why?
We need some sort of equivalent name for the big breakfast, because I think there has to be almost as many calories in a big breakfast as there is a 20-piece nugget.
Are we talking about
I'm
this
afraid.
entire bag of candy?
No, we're talking about
Because that is a lot,
Yeah.
very shameful, and also probably diabetes.
For as
Oh, yeah.
painfully sweet as these are,
Yeah.
now the serving size, 19 pieces, so there are 11 servings in this bag. It's only 140 calories.
That could be worse.
Like, and I love sweet things, but this was so sweet. Like, so I mean, the first
God.
two ingredients, the first three ingredients,
Are all sugar.
the first, God, I almost swore on bacon. Sugar, corn syrup, confectioner's glaze, salt, dextrose, gelatin, honey.
Oh, don't gloss over dextrose.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, no, it's sweet, 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 but not as many calories as one would think.
So these three as a package. Taking them to a party, Rock.
For the interesting factor, yes. For the, hey guys, I really like these and you should try them, probably not.
How about you, Brian?
For the novelty of them, yeah, definitely. They're different but not crazy. So
I
yeah,
can see that.
yeah, I would take them.
How about you, Mike?
I actually kind of like regular candy corn. I know I'm
Wow.
like the only person ever.
You and Brian both.
I like it.
Oh, really? Well, last time I brought it, we like it just sat here staring
Yeah, because
at us
that's
for
how
a
all
while.
candy corn is everywhere. It sits till it dies, which is never. Then they come back, the Brox people come to your house, steal all the old candy corn bag, and then resell it to you again.
Except for this stuff, because it is
Except for
clearly
these. No one's
genetically
stealing these
engineered. That being said, these are an abomination, and I feel like we should kill them with fire. They're real bad. Like, I'm a little nauseated.
I'm going to jump in to disagree. I would take these to a party because I do find they're novel. These are now my favorite candy corn ever.
That's not saying much. You hate candy corn.
That is exactly what I was going to follow it up with. I'm not a candy corn fan, though, and I am a big fan of breakfast, brunch, and things that are maple flavored.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a container of maple syrup on your wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And that's because I am such a big fan of maple syrup.
That is exactly why that is.
Yes.
A gift from the best man.
From the best man was a thing of maple
It was
syrup.
a very
you know what, Bruce?
personal-
I know you love maple syrup.
You know, we could even name the best man here because he has been on this show.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, it's Josh.
Josh was the best man at my wedding.
And he gave Bruce a gift of maple syrup.
Maple syrup because I love maple syrup so
From
much.
Vermont.
Yeah.
From Vermont, no less.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Genuine
it wasn't. I mean,
Vermont
it was
maple
still it was a wedding gift.
There's-
Well,
So, I mean,
something
you
has to
can
come from Vermont.
There's
you know?
Yeah.
one person who understands or is entertained by what is happening right
It's
now.
Josh.
And it's only maybe one of us in this room.
And that's fine.
Yeah. By the way, I looked up the big breakfast when you get the hotcakes is way worse for you than a 20-piece nugget.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So there is I don't know what we're going to call it. And by all means, someone, if you're listening, you know what, moderator Chris? I know we're going to take us in. I know
Big
you're
breakfast
listening.
are we talking about, by the way?
The big breakfast from McDonald's.
I don't know what that is.
That is an item you can order like a
Oh.
quarter
It's a
pounder.
hash
because
brown.
I hate McDonald's breakfast stuff. I don't
Sorry.
like any
Oh, no,
breakfast
it's-
stuff to begin with, but McDonald's is really egregious.
It is eggs and sausage and hash browns and pancakes.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you get with no hotcakes,
Yeah.
it's not as terrible. But with the hotcakes, it goes over 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So just to note, moderator Chris and anybody else that listens, I think we need to work on this, but I think this is more your department than ours. We need a name for that McDonald's big breakfast that is equivalent to the shame box.
Oh, well,
because-
that's the walk of shame.
How to ruin
Because that's
your
what
day.
you do in the morning.
How to ruin your day?
I mean, I happen to like a big breakfast every now and
It's
again. I'm going to
tasty,
defend it.
But I have
yeah,
a
it's pretty
similar.
rough.
I have a similar thing with Burger King's Chris sandwich things.
Yeah.
They're delicious at first, but then an hour later, I don't want food for like 7 hours.
I understand.
My stomach is just like, ugh.
I
Big
understand.
breakfast has a similar effect.
So now past that, we have decided we have one more thing. Since we did candy corn.
We did,
just-
yeah. We did breakfast flavored candy
breakfast
corn.
flavored candy corn. We're now going to level it out with candy corn flavored chocolate.
Which is as a complete part of every breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had candy corn that didn't taste like candy corn, so we need to have something else that tastes like candy
the
corn.
best
But
part
it's
of waking
candy
up.
corn because we
But
already
it's
had
not
candy corn.
because we need something. Now we're going to have something that is actually chocolate flavored because God knows that chocolate chip pancake one was not.
No.
The best part of waking up is a candy corn flavored chocolate bar.
Beat
me to it.
So
Too slow.
we have here Hershey's candy corn flavored chocolate, which you cannot get probably because it's embargoed or whatever.
Well,
so that it
we
can
could just
stop
drive
hurting
up
people.
there. I mean, it's not that far from
Well, they
us.
probably just stopped making it because it's after Halloween.
Yeah.
This bar also might be a year old, you guys.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, might be. Hey, you
I'm
guys.
imagining.
Hey, you guys. This bar might be a year old.
Oh, no, wait. It didn't expire until this past September, so you're fine.
Okay.
So it is a year old.
Oh, yeah, it is a year old. If it expired this past September, it was from last Halloween.
So I have to tell you, there is nothing I find more disconcerting
Ooh,
than
that
the
is a
Hershey's
scent.
name punched on something that's white. There's just something
Okay.
about that. I'm just so used to seeing like the brown Hershey's chocolate.
That's in air quotes, chocolate.
Yeah.
This smells nice.
It doesn't smell like candy
Like
corn
horrible.
or chocolate. It
Well, it's
smells.
white chocolate, so it's not
It
gonna
doesn't
smell
taste like
chocolate.
candy
It
corn
doesn't
or chocolate.
smell like white chocolate either.
That is real bad.
Well, it tastes a little like white chocolate,
That is real not good.
I only
it-
taste white chocolate, and
it-
it's nice.
and not great white chocolate.
No, I mean it's Hershey's.
There is a real unpleasant kind of skunky flavor in there that I'm getting.
That might be the expiration date / package.
That could be, or it could be the candy corn.
I'm not picking
I'm
up
getting a
any
little
candy
bit.
corn.
A little bit of candy corn.
No,
Well,
nothing.
because white chocolate is just sweet, and so is candy corn.
Oh,
No, I just taste white chocolate and like mediocre white chocolate.
wow.
Yeah, you get the cocoa butter in white chocolate.
That
It's
is
more
what
than just
white chocolate
sweet.
is.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a lot of cocoa butter. I'm basically just getting sweet with a hint of cocoa butter.
I'm going to start off. I would not take this to a party because I find it both visually unappealing and untasty.
I will give you the visually
tasty.
unappealing. It
Yeah.
And
looks diseased.
It doesn't smell awesome.
No.
It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell like candy should.
No. At all.
And it tastes odd. There's a little texture weirdness, and the aftertaste is like super odd.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't. It's not bad. It's not an unpleasant, but it's not an aftertaste.
The
I
weird thing
expect.
is, yeah, you get almost the like waxy aftertaste that you get from candy corn.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's like a chemical sweetness, but it's not really chemically. But it's not natural. I don't know what is happening in my mouth.
Nothing is right here. Rocky, would you take this to a party?
No, but I would probably I'm probably going to finish the rest of the bar.
I'm just going to hand that over to you because I don't want to
It's
get in
all
your way.
yours,
Be
Rocki.
honest with each other.
That is really ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I don't mind that at all.
Really?
Really. I don't mind white chocolate, even if it's terrible white. Well, not terrible. If it's mediocre white chocolate, I still don't mind.
Yeah, I like white chocolate. I don't really like Hershey's white chocolate. They don't do chocolate particularly well.
Yeah, I like Hershey's dark chocolate. I like white chocolate when it's done right, like the little Lindt truffles.
Yeah.
Those are delicious. The white chocolate ones.
Like I've encountered white chocolate I liked. There's a real weird skunky taste in there that I'm not digging. I don't know what it is.
I didn't pick up on skunky at
Yeah,
all. Like Mike said, Hershey's white chocolate I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think white chocolate. It's like dark chocolate. There's a kind of a low bar because dark chocolate is, I think, inherently better.
Well, there's less opportunity to mess it up because it's mostly just cocoa.
Whereas with white chocolate, you really have to know what you're doing to make it decent.
Yeah, because you don't want just a jar of cocoa butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you need to
good for your
have some
skin.
subtlety and not just over-sweeten it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm not-
it's Hershey, so they over-sweeten the heck out of it.
They do.
The chocolate doesn't taste like regular chocolate.
But that's one thing that always throws me. Having tasted the Canadian Cadbury stuff.
Yeah.
Because apparently Canadians and British people a lot of times complain that Hershey's is so dark and rich because Cadbury is super sweet.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Hershey's is such dark chocolate. I'm like, oh, Hershey's is
Yeah, you're like, you are crazy people.
Yeah, Hershey's melts when you look at it funny. Like, it's not dark chocolate, it's gross.
I now understand the problems the French have with you.
Yeah, the Swiss. They're just going, what are you people talking about?
Yeah. Anyway.
Once again, America.
America.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, Swiss chocolate, though.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
some British sport.
they know how to make them some chocolate.
German chocolate.
So, Brian, you taking this to a
Iceland,
party?
too.
No, I would not inflict this on other people.
I cannot blame you in the slightest. Mike, taking this to a party?
Is Rocki at the party?
Yes, Rocki is at the party.
Then sure, I'll bring her some.
Why do you add
You're
weird
welcome.
caveats
you, Mike.
to these questions,
You
man?
do have some strange caveats, Mike. I
he
don't know why
likes
we have to
me.
jump through these hoops to get you to
Answer
answer these
him
questions.
straight up.
I did. I straight up told you.
Now tell me.
I'm really going to love you forever.
Brian just choked on his beverage.
I win.
Mike's about to call that a hit and run.
the microphone.
Oh,
I saw it coming, and it just kept going, and I was like, "Oh, he's not yet
Danger.
there."
You brought this upon yourself.
Nobody expects Paula
got-
Abdul.
It got ping ponged back and forth, and I'm gonna spray water all over this brand new microphone cover, and that won't be good.
It would be like if you did that, you'd be taking 2 steps back.
Oh, I felt you reaching for that one.
I wanted anytime I can do an opposites attract reference. I just really want it.
No.
So now that we're done breakfast, I think it's time to let's have a game discussion. We don't do this often.
What?
Normally we just I know.
What?
I thought we just ate food.
Are we changing formats on the podcast?
We are. For this episode, we are changing formats in the podcast.
Okay, so we're not just talking about junk food.
No, we will talk about more junk food. Oh, do not turn off the dial, folks.
So
Don't
we're not-
worry.
we're just-
You guys-
We're dancing with the one that brought us.
Yeah, if you
my.
could see this pile of junk food that's covering the table.
Oh,
I
we
think
got more
Rocky's
meals
even
ahead of
playing
us.
Candy Crush.
That's close. It's a Pokemon Shuffle.
I was close.
Nice. So let's talk about. So we're going to talk about Scrabble in a minute because it's the kind of game you will encounter with your family
If they hate you.
if they. Well, we'll get to that. So let's talk about some of the games. We are experts in this. We do play all these party games.
You think no. Expertise is 10,000 hours. Have we? Does it count 10,000 hours of all of the games we've ever played
Yes.
since we were children?
No, I would say of party games.
No. I don't think we're experts. I don't think we've done 10,000 hours of party games.
It
I
sure
believe
feels
Mike
like it.
has made up an arbitrary number. And
No,
I'm not
you're
worried
No,
No,
about
that
that's
before?
10,000
Is
hours
that
to
an
become an
actual-
expert at something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
10,000 hours
That's
of
the thing.
practice makes you an expert.
yeah. How many hours do you think you spent into learning to do card tricks before you were really good at it?
I mean, it was quite a while. I don't know if it was 10,000.
Well, how many more until you're good at it?
Probably about 3,000 hours. I guess it's been about 7,000 hours.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you're 7/10 of the way there.
I'm 7/10 of the
I
way.
think
yeah.
you might have lost a couple of steps. It's been a long time since you practiced
It
it.
is true.
Yeah,
That
but,
is
but
true.
Google,
yeah.
Google that. That's a legit thing.
No,
Supposedly
it is.
10,000 hours of something is what it takes to become a real
Yeah, I did
expert.
not pick that out of the
Okay.
air.
I
That
figured
is,
you did because that sounds like a thing you would do.
No, like of a technical skill or a manual dexterity skill or something, your job or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
is,
they say like being a pilot.
Yeah.
I mean, you might
Yeah,
be
or
like good enough to fly before then, but you're not a real expert until
Yeah.
10,000 hours.
or like
enough.
playing the guitar. You
Yeah.
can
Yes.
practice in your room for years before you're really good.
Well, very good. I'm glad we took that sojourn that I
You're
do
welcome.
not care about because I'm still going to say that we're experts. I don't care what you present me.
Well, you're-
Collectively, we might have a couple thousand hours worth.
Oh no,
Probably.
collectively we've got thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not 10.
So, with all that aside, what we want to do is suggest some games to you. Probably some from the last season of the show that we've done, and some from all time that we think are the ones you really should show your family. A lot of times people say, okay, well, what are the best you've encountered? What are the best games you think I should have? What are the ones you think I should show my family? Let's talk about that for a couple of minutes, because we really don't take this time to kind of kibitz about this sort of stuff normally, unless people see us, in the wild somewhere and want to talk about it, or we get into a discussion somewhere. But we don't often do it on the show. So, what are some ones you think people should be considering? Rocki?
My personal favorites are Time's Up. You probably don't want real young kids because they're not going to understand who the people are.
I mean, we didn't understand who some of the people were.
Yeah. Well, but it has a reference guide, so you can figure it out.
Yes. What was the one? The female author that none of us knew.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Yes.
For the love of Pete. Come on.
For the love of Pete, Mike.
Like, it was a show, Little House on the Prairie, with, what's his face, John Landon for forever.
I mean, yeah, that's not a show I watched.
Your parents' generation might probably know that pretty quickly.
Oh, it was a thing.
You mean Michael Landon?
Well-
the late Michael Landon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Who
Well,
else?
let me put it this way. It was one of those book series that every little girl read.
Okay.
Also.
One of
I was
those.
never
So
one
I think
of
it was
them.
a gender thing.
Yeah, it might have been.
I thought the only book series every little girl read was Gooseberries.
Goosebumps?
I thought everyone
did
read
not.
it.
We all read
I
that.
aged out of
No, I
Goosebumps.
Okay.
I think I'm too old for those
I
or
read
something.
some of them.
I did
read
not.
all of them.
No, when I was a kid, I was a little younger than that. It was like the celery stalks at midnight, things like
No,
that.
the scariest stories to tell in the dark are the ones with the creepy covers that you got at the book fair.
I
With
saw
like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Where somebody on, like, some horrible hallucinogen drew their nightmares.
you didn't need to read
and
the
then they-
stories; you just looked at the cover.
yeah, and then they gave it to kids, and you're like,
Yeah.
these are... I don't need to read the thing. That's going to give me nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just-
Interesting thing about those, in the 90s, they were the most banned book throughout the country.
They were horrific.
because the pictures
Really,
were
not
nightmare
like
fuel.
Mark Twain or something
Nope.
like that.
For the 1990s, the
Huh.
books that had like the most, I forget the exact phrasing for it, but the attempts to be banned.
Yeah.
Like it had imagery of like spiders hatching out of people's bodies and
Yes. Yeah. It was for the series. And
Gross.
I think I remember an article on that or somewhere. The
Clearly,
dude
the
was
people
seriously.
who banned those had never read any H.P. Lovecraft because it is far more
but
disturbing.
like there were drawings
Yeah, but
of
you
it.
weren't-
to kids.
Yeah, you weren't pointing it at 10-year-olds.
That's
yeah, no
true.
one hands the Necronomicon over to kids or whatever. Like, it's not a thing.
I mean,
I'm sure. No. We're going to get
Okay,
somebody
I'm
that's
not
going to
saying
tweet
no
us like,
one.
I totally gave my 10-year-old the Necronomicon. Hashtag smart 10-year-old. Hashtag.
hashtag yeah, Cthulhu.
Yeah. He sleeps. But anyway.
But yeah, Time's Up is fun because you can play with a varying number of people. That's fun. Larger groups of people, I would go Telestrations. That's just always fun. No real big commitment. You can stop whenever you want if you don't do the scoring like we don't. Because
you shouldn't.
Because you shouldn't. Because
Yeah,
it's
you
dumb.
really-
Oh, Reverse Charades is pretty fantastic. Now, if you're, it's Thanksgiving and you're playing with family, so you might have people with, we'll say, mobility problems. That might not be your choice.
Yes. Well, you could still do some things.
You could probably try it seated.
At Extra Life, we had this issue where I was on a team and we flipped the card for yoga. And I was like, oh, that's just not going to happen. But since you're all on a team trying to mind the same thing at the same time,
Yeah.
someone else can do it.
That's
so I
true.
believe it was Don who laid on the floor and started doing yoga poses.
Yeah.
The one that I'm going to say that you're all going to yell at me, and it's on the table, so it reminded me of it.
Oh, no.
Well, okay, so
oh, no.
Here's the thing, right? I grew up playing Phase 10 and Uno and Crazy Eights. So I naturally...
Yeah, we all grew up playing those. Then
Yes.
we grew up.
So what game are you talking about so that the rest of us can be let in?
Oh, you can't see it.
I was going to say Simon's Cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could talk about this
well,
2 episodes ago.
Because it's cute and amusing. You're not really invested in it, but you enjoy it. And you can walk away when dinner's ready. You don't care.
Yeah, it's a time for, we got 20 extra minutes to kill. Hey,
Right.
let's play this game twice.
Right. Now, if you want to go for something longer, you go for Time's Up. Or if you have a lot of people, I think Codenames would be fun. But that's a little bit more intuitive. So maybe not as light, but still, it's still on the light side, I guess.
I don't think it's a bad one. And we were actually talking about it for this episode. We almost did 2 games on this episode and made that one of them only because the current numbers are 1 million copies of that game have sold.
Yeah.
And you can't sell 1 million copies just in board game stores. So there are enough people in the kind of the common area of people that have bought this that you may see this pop up at your family get-togethers. Codenames, and now Codenames After Dark, which is not as good, and Codename Pictures,
which is much better than After Dark.
Yeah, and I think better than Codixit because I think the pictures are make a little more sense.
Because that's just MC Escher 10.
Yeah, exactly. And Codenames Pictures kind of they did a good job of making interesting pictures that you actually could attempt to pick off like Codenames.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I've stolen a lot of the answers, good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks.
So I'll move to you, Brian. Any suggestions? Even if it's stuff that's on that list, feel free to mention it.
I think Codenames would probably work pretty well. I'm keeping my particular family in mind.
Okay, as well you should.
Yeah, rather than generic family-friendly games. But I think Codenames would work. Some of them, like, I don't think for my family, Reverse Charades, even though I really like it, would work. I don't think Telestrations would work, even though I really love that game too. I don't know. My family, we've played Chronology a lot at Thanksgivings and Christmases. So I think something along those lines. I'm trying to think
What
of
is
something
Chronology?
else. Chronology?
Yeah.
That's trivia cards where they have you have to guess the date when they occurred and then place them in a timeline.
Oh, yeah, we did.
So it's like Timelines,
Okay.
which I think is the newer version.
Yes,
of that.
we reviewed Timelines. And
Yeah,
then
we haven't
Yes, I
reviewed
remember
it.
when you compared it, and I had not played it then.
I
Yes,
feel like you two were not a huge fan of that.
I was okay with that, if I recall correctly. I don't.
it's-
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's something. It's interesting to me. I like it because, especially for a family setting, like, I don't want to sit around and play it all the time. And it's also one of those. After a while, the replay value goes away because you see all the cards and you remember where they happened, or at least certain people do. Let's
and that
say
teaches you some things.
my
which is
wonderful
good.
cousins,
Yeah.
who are awesome, but have memorized all the cards in the deck, and so they always know where they go.
Battle of Hastings.
Yeah.
Well, and if you look at Timelines, that's actually a game that's being sold in a lot of places, including Target now, and they're making more and more packs for it. So if you feel like you know it all, let's throw some more stuff in you don't know.
I'll check that.
See,
Oh,
the History Channel did a history game called Anachronism a while back. Timelines is the game they should have made.
Yes. No, Anachronism, they should not have
'Cause
made a
Anachronism was
weird
awful.
battle game.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should have made Timelines.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because that is a real educational game. You actually learn when things happen. You're like, huh, really? The first light bulb was invented, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, and that's the thing with Chronology. There's some little facts on there too, but yeah, I'll have to check out what is it called?
Timelines.
Timelines. Yeah,
Yep.
check that out. And
I'm sure we have a copy around here somewhere because we reviewed it.
We don't. Maureen does.
It was
Specifically her
Maureen's
collection.
copy, yes.
Okay. And the other game that I remembered that I was thinking of before, Obama Llama.
Okay, yeah, we just covered that a
it's-
couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it's silly. Like, it wasn't my favorite game ever, but it's fun. There's a lot of NPR listening in my family.
Okay.
So they're going to pick
Recognize
up on
the form.
Yeah, recognize the format pretty quickly. And it's light enough that you could grab in people of random ages and whatever, and it'll make sense. So yeah, that would be another one I think that's fun and interesting.
Very good. Mike, how about you?
I would go with Time's Up with my family, personally.
Okay.
We are... there are not a lot of young kids running around, so they would get the references most likely. I would say Telestrations, if you've got one of the versions of Telestrations that can accommodate a larger number of people and you have that many people, or if you just don't have that many people and have the smaller version, But yeah, I'm a big fan of Illustrations and Time's Up, both of them. Depending on your family, I hate to say it, but it might be fun to make Grandma play Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, I mean, it worked with Mom our mom from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not related to her.
No, but we played with her son.
Well, that's between her and him.
I would play with my sister and my brother-in-law. I would not play with my mother.
Or if you don't like the sound of that one, you may want to look at the metagame.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Which,
meant to say
the
that.
metagame
Yeah.
not only gives you that Cards Against Humanity feel without being too awful and making you hate yourself, it also gives you that timeline game.
Yeah, that would I would meant to mention that one. Yeah, because it's a little bit of several different games, but they're all family friendly unless you choose to make like Apples to Apples. You can make Apples to Apples dirty, but it doesn't do that on its own.
And the thing to remember with the metagame is it plays a few different of these types of games, so it's a good kind of Swiss Army knife.
Don't play the quilt.
No,
Yeah,
but
not the quilt.
it's a good Swiss Army knife for this sort of thing.
Yeah, it plays about 4 different games.
Yeah. Mike, any other thoughts on this one?
Not really. I mean, if you've got smaller groups, like I've definitely had times when some of the parents or the cousins or something will break off into groups. Some of them will stay at the table and drink coffee, and some of them will move into the other room or something. And if you have a smaller group setting like that, I would recommend some of our card games that we haven't talked about for a while. Something like Diamonds or Clubs as alternatives to the Spades and Hearts that they almost certainly have played.
I can see that.
And also are some games that you could teach at least teenagers. I don't know if small kids, but teenager. I mean, I certainly learned to play Spades when I was a teenager, and I don't think these are much beyond that as far as learning level.
I can see that.
And they're great games. So if we're having like small children around, maybe throw them a copy of Spot It, something like that.
I could see that.
Ghost Blitz, something.
Gloobs.
The Haba games. We're big fans of the Haba games. If you can find a copy of Giant Rhino Hero and have really tall ceilings,
Or if you can just find a regular copy of Rhino Hero.
But
That's
really,
a great pick.
or if you can find a copy of Klondike, good luck. But
Yeah, I don't think you need. I think for the family, you need Rhino Hero far more than you need Klondike.
and for the kids, of course,
Yeah.
Lupin Louie and Lupin Chewie.
yeah, I can certainly see
Because
that.
those are amazing, and you can the adults can play.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Now, there's one I'm going to bring up that I think we're not thinking of only because we see it so much, because I now work for North Star, so we see it a lot around here, but we're not thinking about it, and it is one that I've taken to my family, and I've seen it work,
yeah.
which is Happy Salmon.
There are problems with that, though.
It's only 30 seconds.
That's not.
It's loud.
Yes, that is.
It's active.
Requires a lot of mobility.
It requires a lot of mobility. Grandma might not be able to do that.
Yep.
It requires a loud enough voice that people aren't talking over each other. Little kids might not be able to compete.
I hear what you're saying, but I've literally seen it work in the wild. I've seen it work like when Rocki and I have gone to things with her family.
Yes.
And that's the only reason I'm suggesting it. I have seen it with my own two eyes.
With wildly varying ages.
Yeah, with a 9-year-old and a 17-year-old and a 64-year-old. And I've seen it work. I think the short playtime might be one of the things that hurts. It is both.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
I was going to say, it's both its greatest asset and detriment. You're not going to do a whole night of it. But I've seen that work a lot of places. I've also seen with Rocki's family Cash and Guns.
Yes.
Because who doesn't want to point a foam gun at dear old mom?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know if we played it with Mom. I think that was just my
You're
sister.
thinking about it now, though, aren't you?
It'd be funny.
So that's one I think is up for consideration.
1, 2, 3, mom. 1, 2,
No.
3, mom.
So she occasionally listens, and I would just like to say that those words did not come out of my mouth.
And then for me, I'm going to suggest, because I'm the kind of person that wants to host things in those cases. I don't necessarily want to play. I want to be kind of a little outsider. Is I'm going to suggest kind of the game show games. So I would say Linky may not be the worst for this, although I think that, like I said, I find the questions a little dubious, but I think the form is really good. And I think doing that on teams is a lot of fun. Wits and Wagers, because that definitely plays like a game show, plays in 30 minutes.
And we've played that in the wild with my family.
We've played it in the wild with your family, and that worked out beautifully. I would say, what's the one with the words across the street?
Word on the Street.
Word on the Street. I know I was right there.
Yeah.
Word on the Street is another one that's a great game show style game where you can kind of host that one. I've seen that one work with your family. Rocket's kind of giving it the stink face.
Yeah, I don't find that game terribly fun.
Yeah, no, I didn't remember. I didn't, as I remember.
It's all right.
Well, you just gave me another idea. Although you're probably getting to it. So
yeah, I'm thinking
I know
probably the same
Wait
thing.
for it.
Is it something we played at Extra Life?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you go.
Oh, no, by all means, fill it in.
Jackbox, but with the family filter turned on.
Yes. The Jackbox Party Pack is fantastic for this. Especially if you have kind of that age of person, because I don't want to say kid because it's not really fair, but that age of person that has to be on it, they have to look at a screen. You can't pull them away
that
from
is
it.
Anything from tween on up. Well, maybe not even that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, from any double digits through 30, probably.
Where just
is going to be all over.
You're never going to sell them when sitting at the table and putting their phone down. The Jackbox Party Pack 3 is the one we've tried recently.
Yeah.
Which is super sharp.
Oh,
it's
it
pretty
works
good.
so well with because you don't need an app. You just go to the website and it automatically syncs you in.
Yep.
It works so smooth. It's great.
Yeah, all of those 1, 2, and 3 are all worth checking out. I would say
Do not play that with us at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning when we've been awake for 20 hours.
No.
But I think the beauty of it is it can be that kind of weird, we're all getting weird game, or it can be super clean, or it can be, you have a lot of options with that.
Remember, there is a family filter option.
Yeah,
Turn that, and
turn it
by
on.
default,
Turn it on.
it's off, I think.
Yeah.
No, I think it was on by default.
It was.
We went and turned it off.
I don't remember all the details from that hour of the morning.
But either way, check it out. It's on the PlayStation Store and I think the Xbox Store, and it's on Steam. There's a lot of places you can get it. Super worth checking out. Right now, of all of them I've seen, 3 is the one where the bad games aren't as bad as the bad games in the other collections. 1 and 2 had games that you're never going to play.
Yeah, but I think 1 had a couple of games that are real winners, too.
It had You Don't Know Jack.
Well, yes.
Which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, I think so. Yeah. It had, I think Fibbage was in that first one.
Fibbage.
Drawful was in either 1 or 2.
Drawful was in 1.
Drawful wasn't. So it had some, but the problem is the ones that were your fillers, your non-thrillers, you will never play twice. Whereas I would say in the new version, all of them you're going to play a couple of times if you have the people.
Yeah, there were none of them in 3 that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Some I might have liked a little more.
Yeah.
I was also delirious because I was 30 hours of wakeness.
Yeah. I just remember the one being super slow, but I think it's because I was tired.
You were literally falling asleep.
Yeah. The murder mystery, trivia mystery, murder mystery party was a little slow. I think if we had been awake, it would have been slow in a cool way because it was building sort of a story.
Yeah, no, I was...
No, it was slow and like every round seemed like it took too long. Kind of way.
I think some of that may have been sort of the hour of day and what we were doing.
I'm just comparing it to the other games, though, which were roughly the same hour.
Yeah, it was slower than the other games,
Yeah.
but I don't know that it was too slow.
Yeah. So I think that's another great one to consider. And the last one I'll hit you with is there is a game we talked about in the first season of the show called Oddly Obvious, which I think is a great game show. If you have sort of a competitive family, I think it missed its mark being a board game and would be a better game show. This is one many times I've wanted to sort of make so we could put it up on a giant screen and play with buzzers. I think is a great one for that. That if that game show kind of thing works for your family, I think I would certainly consider. And I would also put Codenames in there because that very much feels like it should be. I think that could be a TV game show in a couple of years. It just has that feel to that clue-giving feel with the board But that's just my opinion.
Are they not working on that? Is not someone not working on the
I have no idea.
Codenames? Okay.
They should be. They might be, but I haven't heard about it. So there you go. There's our suggestions for maybe what you should take with your family. It's lunchtime, kids.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Rocky, what are you
What's for
serving
lunch?
us for lunch?
I smell the turkey, Ma.
Yeah, so as a little appetizer, I got us some prawn cocktail.
You actually did not get it for us. Please give Brian his due here, because this is a ridiculous
I was going
collection.
with
This is
the
a good
fantasy
get.
that I was
Yeah.
serving you lunch.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna shut
no,
up
that's fine. Yeah,
just-
so Brian obtained us some Walker's Crisps.
Which
Not
is the
chips.
British version of Lay's potato chips.
And they're Flavor potato crisps with a U.
Yeah, this was part of a meaty party pack that had like 25 little mini lunch pack sized things of various flavors.
So these are prawn cocktail. Let's just open one bag at a time.
Yeah.
We'll just take this one slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, so we get a nice little appetizer for our lunch.
Of a prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
Kind of smells vinegary.
Now, how is that not shrimp is what I'm curious about.
Me too.
Well, because they call them prawns.
But, like, prawns are a distinct thing. They are not shrimp. They're related.
Shush.
Oh. Yeah, that
We
just
live in a
smells like-
place with lake trout.
Just
We don't
smells-
really get to talk about.
Do we have lake trout flavored chips?
No.
Someone needs
I'm
to
You
sure
know
Royal
why?
Farms will make those soon.
It's
They're
just
not
going to
local
taste like
enough.
fishy
hers
grease.
hers is too far
No.
away.
Yeah.
So these
It
vague,
smells like vinegar.
That
Yeah,
definitely
kinda-
smells like the marinara sauce.
faintly
A little
smell
bit
like
of-
cocktail sauce, yeah.
Yeah, you get the vinegar, a little bit of tomato.
Uh-huh.
I'm not getting prawn.
No.
I think I might be a little glad of that.
I was expecting some vaguely shrimp paste flavor. or
These
something.
taste like ketchup
Yeah.
chips to me.
Yeah, they
These are a
taste
lot
like
like
Kind of,
ketchup.
yeah.
super super vinegary ketchup.
Because I was
chips.
expecting at least a little horseradish.
Yeah, there's no cocktail sauce. I don't
No.
know. Maybe they don't.
They smell like it.
Yeah.
Maybe prawn cocktail doesn't have horseradish in it.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Maybe
Well,
it doesn't have prawn in it either, because I don't taste any of that.
This is the sauce in which you would dip a prawn.
In fact, so interesting thing. So right above the ingredients, it has the more refined definition of what flavor this is. It is prawn cocktail flavor, potato crisps with sugar and sweetener.
Okay.
So it looks like there's prawn cocktail seasoning, which is a lot of sweetness and salt,
Yeah.
and onion and tomato powder and paprika extract and more sweetener.
So knock off Old Bay.
Yeah. So, but no actual prawn.
Here's what's weird.
Yeah, if it was Japanese rather than UK, there'd be some fishing.
Oh, there
yeah.
certainly
yeah.
would.
Yeah, I was hoping for fishiness just for the novelty of it, not for
Agreed.
it would taste good.
Although I do like as a ketchup chip, which is essentially what this tastes like to me. It's a really
Yeah.
tasty ketchup chip.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad for a ketchup chip.
Yeah.
It is not prawn cocktail.
Not at all.
usually
It's
I-
not prawn anything.
No.
Usually I hate ketchup chips, but this is tasty. It's just a vinegar chip with a little tomato back on the back end.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really. I don't know. Usually it just tastes like old ketchup and gross.
So I think since Brian bought these as a group, we will take these as a pair for our final decision. Hey, Rock, what'd you make? What else you make for lunch?
Well, I roast this as nice chicken. It's a roast chicken.
That's really going to set us up for dinner.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Well, chickens are smaller than turkeys, so we're working our way up.
Yeah, indeed. So this is the Walker's potato crisps roast chicken flavor. Let me look at the ingredients before I open the bag. There's roast chicken seasoning. Let's see, dried garlic, dried onion, parsley, flavoring. That's vague. Color.
It's how you flavor parsley.
Oh, wait. Dried chicken breast.
Oh.
Oh wow!
Not
Wow.
suitable for vegetarians. It
I
says
would
right on the
think
bag.
not.
Not even like chicken broth infused, but actual chicken breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dried chicken breast.
Well, I would hope it's not still.
Oh, that. Oh,
Oh, that's a face she's making.
oh, that's an odor.
That's a happy face.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a real happy face. Here you go. You can have the bag now. You know when you have a leftover chicken in your refrigerator?
All right. Well, let me say this.
Yes.
So this has actual chicken in it, right?
Yeah.
Best before 3/9/60. So
That's
it is
international
2.
dates, though.
Yes, it is 2 months out of date.
Yeah.
That it might not be very forgiving since it actually has dried chicken breast in
it
it.
smells.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I don't know what to do
Oh.
with the smell of this
I
bag.
don't know if I want to.
it went okay. Give it like 2 seconds. The herbs hit you, and it's not so bad. Initially, though, it is awful.
That's really weird.
Yeah, then it just tastes like an herb chip with some like burnt chicken skin.
Yeah, no, you
But this-
definitely taste chicken skin.
Yeah,
This
that's what I'm
definitely
tasting.
tastes like leftover chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leftover roast chicken.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's disconcerting at how accurate that is.
So, yeah, I don't know what to do with this taste. Like,
The herby thing on the end wasn't bad, but the initial taste is foul.
Why?
Not with the W.
Oh, yeah. He was saying boo.
No, I meant it normally. It just happened that way.
Oh.
But why are we okay with bratwurst flavor and bacon flavor and other meat flavors, but the chicken is so weird.
I don't know that I'm
like it,
against it. I
actually.
think I'm pretty okay with it. It's just, it may be a little on the nose, but...
I feel like the problem is that first flavor I got when I put it in my mouth was not meat. I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
Once
no.
that faded, I was happy with it. But like the bratwurst chip didn't taste like anything.
No, that just tasted like chips.
And
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I meant the smoked sausage.
Well,
My
I'm not
bad. Or
against-
the whatever it was.
Yeah, the Italian sauce. I'm not against the concept of chicken. Like, chicken's delicious, but just this particular version of it. Like, we've had meat-flavored chips that were awful,
Yes.
you know?
No, these
Oh.
taste pretty good.
Too-
I like them.
There's a weird aftertaste.
It is right on the nose. They did well.
Yeah.
It tastes, I mean, other than that initial flavor, it tastes like,
You know
roast
what?
chicken skin.
I often put ketchup on my cold chicken.
Do you?
I do.
Huh.
So,
We're going to mix these up.
oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm doing a little flavor engineering of my own. Here comes the ratchet.
So then, I guess the question is when you're looking at these, are you taking them to a party? And we're looking at this as a duo of the Walker's Meaty McMeaterface pack here.
Oh my god, that tastes exactly right.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Kitchen,
okay?
Ketchup chicken?
yeah. No, if you ever do that, try it. Seriously.
Wow.
Why would I put ketchup on leftover roast chicken? But yes, sure.
So let's start with
It's
you, Mike,
dry.
because you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Would you take this to a party?
Individually, I don't think I would take the quote-unquote prawn cocktail to a party because it's really just sort of a mild ketchup chip, and that's not very exciting. I would take the roast chicken one, absolutely. I think I would have people try it if they at all were interested in fun stuff because, yeah, it will surprise you. It's right on the nose.
It is shocking how on the nose it is.
Yeah, and if you're one of the people like me who has ketchup on his chicken, yeah, you should definitely try them together. That's
Weird.
Agreed.
Hey, it dries out when it's in the fridge.
So,
So Brian, because I don't even want to continue this because there's no, we're not going to get anywhere.
This will make for riveting radio.
Absolutely. So, would you take these to a party, Brian?
I don't think I would. Like, part of the chicken thing was kind of novel, but the initial weirdness, I don't know that people would be happy with me. And the prawn cocktail was just disappointing. So, no.
I could say. How about you, Rock?
I would just to freak people out. Like, hey, I have some chips that taste like chicken. You want to try my chicken? No. And I think the prawn cocktail ones will freak people out more because of the name. And so if I'm standing there eating them, I'll just look like a bad lady, like a nasty woman. Thank you. Well, I couldn't say the phrase I wanted to because Dice Tower Network cares.
Dice Tower Network.
Oh.
cares.
Bad bacon?
Bad bacon. Can I read to you what one of our fans has responded to our picture of the...
Did we twit something?
Yes, we twiddled the candy corn. One person says, those look terrifying. That's Jim Jones from Great Big Table. Thank you, sir. Also, Chris Evans on Facebook says, hello, 911. It looks like my friend was kidnapped, and they sent me a bag of his teeth and the tips of his fingers. Please help. Sir, are you sure it's not just a bag of Prox Thanksgiving candy corn? So
Only one way to find out.
Shockingly clever.
that was pretty fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. And I'm going to agree with you, Rocky. I will take these to a party because these are ridiculously novel and strange tasting in a way that I want something like this to be. So I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm doing it. Ooh. So now that we're done lunch, let's talk about our game of the episode, Scrabble.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Rocky,
Yes.
tell everybody how to play Scrabble.
What?
So Scrabble.
I'm sorry. Time out.
Yeah.
Tell everyone how to play Scrabble.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like there's an easy way to
Okay.
do this. You remember when there was this craze a couple of years
Dang
ago? Oh, did I steal your thunder?
Yes.
I'm
That's all right. That seems
sorry.
to be the theme this evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fine.
Well, go ahead.
Go about your business.
No,
No, fine.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Okay, so anyway, how you play Scrabble is...
Hey, Rocky,
Yes, Bruce.
could you tell them how to play Scrabble?
You pull tiles with letters on them out of a bag. You have a certain amount. I don't remember how many. Doesn't matter.
Seven.
Sure.
Seven, yeah.
Doesn't matter. You put them on a board and make words. The words have to connect together like a crossword puzzle. You score based on how many points the letters are, and if you land on a square with a multiplier, ta-da!
Is there like an app I could download that teaches me how to play this?
It's words with amigos, I think.
Yeah,
Comrades.
It's like vocabulary with comrades or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something
like that.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The kids are playing it. I don't know.
They
Seems
were
like-
a couple of years ago.
Seems like this board game
You know who
version.
are playing now? Aunts and mothers. They're still playing.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They're still playing Candy Crush too. Yeah.
I had no idea. Aunts
Yeah.
and mothers are still playing
My aunt
vocabulary
plays-
with amigos.
I know one of each that are still playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a couple. One of each also. That's
See?
why. Well, and I guess the aunt is also a mother, so she counts double.
Ooh, double.
Actually, both of them are both
That's a
aunts and
double
mothers.
family score.
Only one
Yeah,
of them
I
is
think-
my aunt, but both of them, I guess, count as... No, one of them's not. I don't know. I'm getting confused.
Well
So
done.
yeah, that's how you play Scrabble.
So we played a game. I wish I had Maureen here to play with us.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
She did play with
yeah,
us.
Yeah.
she swooped in because she knew we were playing a word game, played Scrabble, and then whooshed away.
Now, astute listeners may realize that brings up our total player count there to 5. Bruce and Rocki played as a team.
Yeah, and
For that
that's
game.
totally not the reason that they won, cheaters.
It's really not.
No,
Only
it's 'cause
one of us
I-
was really playing.
It's because I fed you a Z on a
Yeah,
triple
Bruce
word
just kept
score.
going, is this a word? Is this a word? Is that a
No.
word? Is this a
No.
word?
That's
is this
the
a word?
that's the phone
No,
app.
pretty sure it's
approach.
not. No, that's
certainly
not.
is.
No.
Yeah, that is the way you play it.
Is
on a
Vi a
phone.
word?
No.
Is V a word?
No.
Is Ev a word?
No.
Is Ag a word?
No.
Is Bag a word?
Yes.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
good. We can play Bag.
That was amusing
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
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 So, she is a word nerd. She was so happy that someone would play Scrabble with her.
Yes, because no one really likes to play Scrabble anymore.
And,
I
yeah.
don't completely agree, but it doesn't come up as much.
Well, it seems to be in her world. You could see it on her face where.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
she's
in
like,
her
oh,
world.
someone gets to play. No one ever plays with me. I just want to play my word game. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So, Rocky, what'd you think of this one?
I don't mind Scrabble. I don't know why, because we've played variants of it, like Bananagrams is Scrabble-ish word on the street. You know, it's
Scrabblish is a different one. Oh, no, that's... Okay.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much anything with letters printed on tiles is a variant of Scrabble because they came up with it first.
1940, what was it, 8?
49
that.
was the first copyright on
49.
that
Forever.
manual.
Forever
Yeah.
ago. And I'm not sure that variants have fundamentally changed the game enough for it to not still be Scrabble at heart. And I don't know, I still enjoy playing it. I don't know why. Because yeah. I think it's because it's a puzzle that has multiple answers. It's not, well, I have to do this one way and get it right. It's, well, let me figure out all the different ways that I could do it and figure out the best way for myself. And I kind of like that.
How about you, Brian? How do you feel about Scrabble?
Basically everything Rocky just said. I like it. It's not my favorite game, but it is fun. There's something, like you said, it's a puzzle. So every game, even though it's the same game, every game is different because of the random tiles and the randomness of, it's not like there's a certain thing you have to do to win. There's not really a strategy, just know words, be good at Englishing.
Just find
Now-
the best spot for the word.
No,
Yeah,
I was about
no
to say, there
words,
is
and then
some
find-
strategy.
There's
in
a
it.
lot more
There's-
Yeah,
strategy
you
than
lost on strategy, Brian.
Well, but okay, yeah, because I gave you a
You
Z.
lost, and we won on strategy.
But when I say there's not strategy, it's not like there is a right way to play that will win. If I do X, Y, and Z, that is how the game progresses. You have to know a bunch of words and then be able to read the board to find the right spot to put it in that doesn't give a big advantage to someone else, which is a strategy.
It's tactical. It's very tactical.
Yes, but it's not like some other games where, like, I don't know, we're talking classic games like chess or something where
Yeah.
there's a pattern that you need to follow. There's not a
Yes.
pattern to follow with this. You need to have a decent vocabulary and be good at quick pattern matching. But it's not the same. And to me, I like that. So it's a puzzly thing. There's something just classic about it. Like it's always been around. It doesn't need to be fancied up. It doesn't need, like, there's variants on it and knockoffs and stuff that are fun, but it's Scrabble. There's no need to really mess with it. Like, it's just fun. You're doing a little word puzzle with your friends, and it's nice for, like, small gatherings. Like, it only works for 4 people, but it shouldn't. It's not a big group game anyway. But, like, if you're just chilling with a few people, it would be, that's the kind of thing you could play that's kind of low-key, and you can do other stuff in the background while it's not your turn, and without really spoiling the game. So, yeah, I like it.
How about you, Mike?
I'm not really a Scrabble fan, which is kind of odd because I'm a word nerd. I'm one of these spelling fiends. I'm just not good at those letter jumble kind of things. I can't put it together in my head that way. I don't see the words that well. And it's just incredibly boring on other people's turns, and it takes a while on other people's turns. So despite the fact that I'm not usually the kind of person to be on my phone and doing other things while we're playing a game, I'm never that person, really. That is another friend of ours does that when we're playing games all the time. But during this game, I had to do something between the turns. I lost all interest in the game, and I couldn't stand it anymore. It was just staring at the board.
I feel like this is one of those that kind of falls into what a lot of the classics do. Because one of the big things that sort of European gaming brought in the 90s was that everyone cares on every turn. And that was that was a revolutionary thing. Like when you look at a game like Catan, the fact that you might have something to do on every turn was what really shattered paradigms.
Yeah.
And it is when you go to a classic that you suddenly say, I know that I'm cynical. And that I'll say cynical bad things about Catan. Or I'll say, like, oh, I'm past my Catan period. I don't need to play. I'll never need to play that game again. And you forget what made Catan so special. And one of the things that makes it so special is that you have something to do on every turn. As much as we have so many games like that now, and that's great, because games are just getting better and better and better, you don't really appreciate it until you play one of these classics. Because I think if you walk in with what everybody else is talking about, with this, I'm going to play my turn, and then we agree I'm allowed to watch TV, or I'm allowed to talk to other people, or I'm allowed to play on my phone, and I only have to care on my turn. Which, back in the day, that is how games worked. On the other 3 people's turn, unless it was Monopoly and you were trying to cut a deal or something, you were absolutely allowed to get up and go get a piece of cold turkey, or, go make yourself some cocoa, or make a mixed drink while everybody else was playing, and that wasn't rude. In the way that we play games now, if you disengage from the game,
you're missing part of it.
You're missing part of it, and you're making the experience for those around you worse. So we look at that as a big social thing as gamers.
Yes.
That, I can't even
gaming
believe...
is an event in and of itself. It's not just something to do while you're doing something else.
Yes.
Yeah, when we've talked about destination games a lot, or a few times at least, where that's the game that you plan to spend an evening playing that game or whatever, and that's the fact that is something that can happen now is I think shows that paradigm shift a lot.
Yes,
because you never had. I mean, you had like family game night, but it wasn't. Oh, I finally get to play Monopoly.
Yeah.
No, it was, okay, we're looking for something to do, we're bored, we'll play Monopoly while we watch TV.
Yeah. And I think to remember that, and when you enter in, like, if you're going to enter in this modern society and play this game, you kind of need to say to everybody else, yeah, you're allowed to be on your phones, you're allowed to watch TV, you're allowed to go out in the other room and make a cup of coffee. You're not a bad person because you disengaged from us that way. Mm-hmm. I think if you can enter with that, this isn't bad. I mean, on the turn, granted, the other thing I liked was that Rocki and I were playing together. So at least I had somebody to talk to on my turn. Mm-hmm. But I didn't mind that, hey, we do whatever we do. Oh, the board has swung back around to us. Now we engage. Then we disengage. Now we engage.
Version, so
literally,
it swung back to you.
Yeah, we have the Lazy Susan Deluxe version. I'm not a big word nerd. So because of that, I don't love Scrabble.
You don't say.
Yeah, I'm just not.
Yeah, really?
We still beat you, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
You didn't. Rocki did.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I beat you.
That is true.
I fed them
Brian
36 points really early on because I was more concerned with getting a Z out of my scoring penalty than where I was.
And it was way
it.
early to be concerned with that too.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'm used to the phone app version that goes faster. Also,
I understand.
I haven't played tabletop analog Scrabble in years.
I understand.
It's fun though. I like it for all the reasons that Mike hates it. I think.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm never going to be the one to say, "Hey, let's play Scrabble." But if somebody else wants to play, I'm in.
I like it because it's kind of a low key. I like the fact that it's that old school lower commitment.
Yeah.
Where you can, like, if you want, or if you're the person who's not good at quickly picking out the words, you can spend your opponent's turn just figuring out what words you want, and it'll change a little by the time it gets back around to you. But you're like you're figuring out what words you can even spell with your letters, and then you're just watching and waiting for, and sometimes I'll do that if I have a particularly tricky combination of letters. I'll spend the opponent's turn watching the board and learning, but you can engage at your own level. You can talk to the other people who aren't playing.
Yeah.
I kind of like that old school, a little more casual approach too. Like, there's something to be said for games where everyone's engaged the whole time. Mm-hmm. But there's also something to be said for in the certain kind of party setting anywhere where you can disengage from the game and not everyone gets mad at you because you stop paying attention for a minute.
Yeah, I have to agree. There is something to be said for a game where, I mean, right now it's everybody gets on their phones. Yeah. But for there to be a game where I can be like, I'm gonna go make a roast beef sandwich. I'll be back, and everybody goes, okay, Bruce, just don't take too long because it's only going to take us 9 minutes till it gets back to your turn.
Yeah,
there's something about that that's kind of charming.
Especially if you're talking at a party setting or something, like I need to go I will go grab a round of drinks for everyone.
Yeah.
Since I just took my turn, I know it'll be 5 minutes before I'm going to go refill everyone's drink.
Yeah.
And come back, and it won't hurt gameplay. Like if you stepped away from a game of Dead Last,
that's not happening. You're done.
To be dead.
Yeah.
That was what would happen.
Yeah, you're going to get murdered.
Yeah, he's going to come back with drinks for all of us, and he'll be dead.
Yeah,
is what's going to happen. Or
thanks for the drink,
or what you name
Dead
a
guy.
game. Or the game has to just grind to a halt because you left, and and you just have to say we're going to take a break for a minute to grab a drink. I like these kind of it's also because it's for a smaller group.
Yeah,
you could do couples. It could work for 8 people if you had 4 couples.
Yeah,
which is a fun way to do it. But it's just it's a different dynamic than a lot of modern games, and I think that in some cases that can be very fun.
And there's a reason it's hung on this long.
Yeah, there's a reason it's been around for 75 years or whatever that is.
Yeah.
A million years.
Yeah, 70-ish.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is definitely social currency. Everybody plays it because everybody's always played it.
Yeah, there's part of that. But there are a lot of games that people used to play all the time that no one wants to play anymore.
Yeah.
There's some that it's just simple, but it works.
Yeah. So the question on this was, would you take it to a party, Rock?
No, I think it's more low-key family gathering.
And that's what we're talking about. This is the Thanksgiving episode. We're talking about family gatherings.
Yeah, so I'd bring it to that. I don't know about a party.
Yeah.
I don't think
rager with your family.
Yeah, Scrabble.
Drink, Mom, drink.
The family kegger.
Chug, 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 chug.
Oh, use all your letters now. That's not
ready to shotgun this beer, Grandma.
Whoa.
Your grandma's never gotten on the ice luge at the party?
Gotten on the ice luge? No.
Okay,
she was
taking a shot off the ice luge at the family gathering.
Of course.
I mean, mine has, actually. So
yeah, I can believe that.
She's awesome.
I kind of want to meet your family.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I'd bring it to a family thing. Bye.
Mike, how about you? You taking this one to a party?
As one might guess from my earlier response, no. I don't like it. And I think it absorbs just enough of the people's attention that they're not paying attention to things around them as much, because they still have to look at the board from time to time, and not enough to keep them engaged and actually doing something fun all the time. So I think it's in that really nasty dead zone where it's just engaging enough that you aren't involved with whatever else is going on around you entirely, but not engaging enough that you're being completely social with your friends at the table, or family, I guess.
Yeah. How about you, Brian?
I think I would, and if we're talking just like a regular party, if it's a small group of people, because it's a 4-player game.
Yeah.
But also for like a family gathering, because it's the kind of thing where if you're playing it over in the corner and then randomly your cousin comes over and you haven't seen him in a while and you talk to him for 5 minutes, or somebody wants to come up and hug grandma because it's a little kid, it's fine because your attention can be pulled away from the game while other people keep going. So I feel like it might be actually good for 3 or 4 people to go kind of play in the corner during
Yeah.
the family get, because you can stop if you need to for a couple minutes, and you can be interrupted, and it's not really going to hurt anything. So I think it's kind of good for that setting. I don't know that I would necessarily bring it as something that I would go out of my way to suggest, but if it was there, I would totally play a game of Scrabble, with my cousins or whatever, or aunt or uncle or something.
Yeah, I have to say, to begin with, because of the way the questions phrase, would you take it to a party? No, I'm not taking it to a party. But for this episode, because it's a Thanksgiving episode, we're talking about these family get-togethers. And I have to agree with you, Brian. I don't hate this for that. Yeah. Because we can all get up from the table. If everybody needs to go do something, we can get up from the table and 45 minutes later get back.
Yeah.
And nothing bad has happened.
Yeah, as long as the dog didn't thump it with his tail and knock the pieces off.
Yeah, or the
something.
cat didn't need to swat something around.
Yeah.
We're okay. I guess I would take it with me. I would definitely play it if somebody else wanted to, assuming they weren't at that high caliber level of Scrabble player where they super take this seriously.
Yeah. If you have someone, any game though, that would be bad at a party.
Yeah, that's what I fear. But beyond that, I think for a family get-together, I understand why this is held around. And part of it is exactly what Mike doesn't like about it. And I certainly see where you're coming from, Mike. I don't want to say that I wholeheartedly disagree with you, because I see your point entirely. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it, because I don't think it disengages so much that I'm not noticing the other things going on around me.
I'm not talking about so much the table. If you're going to be able to disengage from a game, you should be able to disengage from a game. I feel like, I want to. If you're going to be able to disengage from a game, I want to be able to stand up and walk away from the table for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
which you can't really do. I mean, you could joke about that, but unless people are being real slow, you probably 10 minutes is a bit much.
Yeah, but you can probably do a solid 5, unless you're really playing with some sharp cookies.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like it's in that zone where it's not engaging enough to keep you occupied with and social with the people at the table, and not disengaged enough to allow you to really socialize with people outside the table.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite see it that way. I feel like I can disengage enough that I can talk to the people around me and go get a drink, and I don't mind that. And I locked into a game so I could be with the people at the table. Mm-hmm. So I guess I don't feel the need to disengage that far. But I understand. I don't disagree entirely with your opinion. It's just not one that I share. But I think for family get-togethers, it is not a bad pick at all if you're okay with a word game. I don't especially love them myself, but I would play it if it was there. So we're going to go into our final meal of the episode. Hey, Rock.
Yeah.
Dinner.
What's for dinner?
Well, we have a fabulous main course this evening. It is 7 Select, so it is from 7-Eleven. Prime rib flavored wavy potato chips.
Prime rib, thanks, Ma.
Yeah,
I love
it's
prime rib.
Another certified rockin' flavor.
We need to start certifying flavors.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
need to be on that.
Yeah.
Let's see if it
that
actually
certified
contains any meat.
team.
I'm gonna guess no.
You are correct. You are correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
But I do know.
however, does contain a MSG.
Oh, of course it
Oh,
does.
in a potato chip, there's
Yeah.
salt.
Yeah. I would say that the 7 selects, at least that we've tried, have been surprisingly on point.
The
Smells-
one?
Yes.
Smells garlicky.
That's reasonable, I would say.
Yeah, it does. Garlic and herb.
A little smoky, garlicky.
Yeah.
Because apparently if you want to make something meat flavored, add smoke.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you add liquid smoke, I guess.
Well, that seems like a pretty reasonable cheat for that sort of thing.
Tastes like a bouillon cube and horseradish with herb.
That is
There's
lovely.
definitely horseradish on that, yeah.
Yeah, well,
You get
there's
a little-
picture of it.
Oh, yeah, you get the beefiness on the end.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a picture of
Yeah.
the sauce right next to the roast.
That is, way to go, 7-Eleven.
You really do get that beefiness.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the horseradish and herb and then
Saltiness.
beef.
There are actually a couple layers to this flavor.
Yeah.
I would say that their potato chips are better constructed than anything else they make.
What else do they make?
Like Jamaican,
disgusting.
Taquitos,
yeah,
beef
taquitos,
patties,
Oh, well.
Jamaican
pizza,
bean pies, and-
wings,
Yeah,
deli sandwiches that are terrible.
Oh, yeah, you don't eat those.
Yeah, no. But these are lovely.
yeah. That is really fantastic. Yeah, you get the herb, you get the smoke,
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
There's 3 to 5 layers. I don't even. It's a
Got
lot
another.
going on with that chip.
By all means, go crazy.
Yeah, those are nice.
I think I can safely say now, until they burn us on one of these, that if you find a 7 Selects potato chip that seems remotely interesting to you, you just go for it.
There were a bunch of flavors that I did not buy. They do a soy wasabi and buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
I think it's buffalo blue dip or something. It's something weird. It's like buffalo chicken and blue cheese chip that I didn't buy. Because I was like, the red meat flavored chip, sausage flavored chip. I've never seen those much. Like, I've seen hot buffalo chips, or just you put buffalo sauce on a chip.
Yeah, I am a little curious if it isn't such a wild, out of bounds flavor as these have been, how it'll do. But so far, the meat ones we've had have been really top notch.
But I feel like if you can get prime rib right, you can get wasabi soy right.
I mean, I said it last time we had these. I said it last episode. I think we're going to have to consider these the next time we do one of the bracket games.
That was why I bought them.
Yeah.
I thought we might. I don't care how we use them, but I was like, there's enough meat flavored convenience store based chips that we could almost do a bracket on that. And if you branch out to meat flavored in general,
I think whatever it is, I think we're going to have to give these guys a pad and let them into the next tournament that we do, whenever it is that we do it. Mm-hmm. Wow, would you take him to a party, Rock?
Yes, I would.
Brian?
Absolutely.
Mike?
No, these are definitely all mine.
These are really gosh darn good, and I think you can still find them at your local 7-Eleven.
Yeah, last time I was, a couple weeks ago, they were still there.
I would say you should do that, because the prime rib chips are pretty gosh darn impressive.
Yeah.
Like a wee bit on the salty side, but still tasty.
Well, I mean, they're still chips.
Yeah, but saltier than usual.
Yeah.
Well, because it's the MSG from the beef broth. They probably soaked them in.
So, I got a question, because we're almost done here.
Yes.
What's for dessert?
Oh, would you like some dessert? You still have room?
I think I still have a little bit of room here.
All right.
Oh, but could you make sure that my dessert is potato chip based?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. I was worried.
Absolutely. Your wish is my command. Boulder Canyon, authentic foods, backyard barbecue, peach cobbler flavored kettle chips.
Wow, that's a lot of words.
Now, I checked the ingredients.
Yeah. There's neither peach nor cobbler?
No, there is peach.
What?
One of the ingredients is peaches.
There it is.
Huh.
This is bonkers.
Also, interestingly enough, the last thing, paprika extract. I'm guessing for color.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
There's not really heat.
Just to give you an idea of how timely we eat these, just in time for summer, Boulder Canyon brings the flavors of a backyard barbecue to our famously crunchy kettle-cooked potato chips for a snacking experience reminiscent of warm summer days and family fun. The full, fruity flavor of old-fashioned peach cobbler dances delectably on this amazingly sweet summertime dessert chip.
So I believe we got these on the trip that we took to Florida.
Yes.
For the Dice Tower convention.
Yes. We'll say there was someone down there that was saving these for us.
Yes. So we really don't know how much earlier than the DT Con.
Now, although these are still good, they're still in date for a few days. They're good till November 26th.
Nice. Look at us.
So pretty much till Thanksgiving. Perfect timing.
Have fun.
This bag is hard to open.
Check.
Yeah, they had a tear corner.
Yep.
You're right.
You might have learned when Mike tried to open it. I made fun of the company.
And you made fun of me last time.
Excuse me, I have to huff the bag for a minute.
You're getting a deep whiff. Uh-oh. That's not good.
What a reaction.
I wasn't ready. It smells like poster board.
Oh,
what?
Yum.
Really?
That's what
That's not what I was expecting to hear.
We just take a couple of those. Let's change it up. Pass it towards Bruce first.
Oh my goodness. No.
Something.
I will tell you what that smells to me like is dog or cat food.
Oh,
Like, but not the wet kind, the dry
food.
Kind. That is dried dog or cat food.
Huh.
Maybe it's just old dried. It does have a faint, like once you sniff the chip,
There's a little bit of a sweetness, the flavor,
like
the
a little
smell.
dried peach. Wow!
Wow.
Sweet cardboard scented
Yeah.
somehow.
Apparently, that's just what dried peaches smell like.
No.
This goes
put this
from
in your mouth.
sweet
Put it in your mouth.
peach to it dies off and then becomes potato chip, and then at the end of the potato
The
chip,
cream.
it tastes like cereal.
I got the
A little bit,
cream.
yeah.
I got peaches and cream.
Yeah,
Now it's going potato. Let's go with the peach.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet.
Oh, and the potato is turning into cobbler. Yeah.
And then it turns into cereal. Turns into like rice checks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
These are so intriguing.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it is peaches and cream, real hard.
Yeah.
And honestly, peaches and cream is one of my favorite flavors of things.
Okay.
So yeah, that works.
And it's not fake peach. It's actual peach.
Yeah. Fake peach is terrible. Good peach
Yeah.
is a cream.
There's a lot going on here.
Compared to the other Boulder
I was
Canyon that we
prepared
had.
to not taste anything other than potato chip.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Who would have known that peach cobbler had a stronger flavor than sausage?
Yeah. I don't know that I like this peach cobbler. Like I'm not taking this. Well, maybe I am taking this to a party, but not necessarily because I like it, just because it is so gosh darn novel that I do feel like that has to be acknowledged. How about you, Rock?
Yes, I will take this to a party because I kind of like them and they're novel.
They're
So-
really novel.
Yeah,
you
that's really
just
all I
want to
asked
take it to
for.
the party just to see people's reactions.
Yeah, like I kind of want to clip
to see
these
that
up.
Bruce reaction. Like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I kind of
what
want to
the-
just clip these up and keep them fresh
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
when we have all the people over next week.
Yeah, do that.
Give this a
Get a
try.
big bag.
Put it in the.
Yeah.
I feel like you might have a large Ziploc bag that might fit that.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mike, how about you taking these to a party?
Oh goodness, yes. I want to see this reaction.
Yeah, we may do exactly that.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian?
Definitely. Yeah, they're novel. They're really good despite the novelty or whatever.
Yeah.
They're good on their own. They're also really novel. And yeah, no, totally. I want to see people eat them and see what they do when they're like, wow, that tastes like peach cobbler, but it's a potato chip.
Yeah, I don't know that I think they're good, but they sure are novel.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that.
I understand.
They are also good.
Yeah, I think they're good too.
They're quality chip. Like as a
Like
chip,
I'm still
they're good.
tasting peach.
Yeah, I still get a little peach and like vanilla-y.
And cereal and like rice checks.
No.
I didn't quite. I got the not potato, but the
Sort of starchy.
the
You mean potato?
wheat flavor, I guess, as opposed to
Yeah.
potato flavor that you would get from a
'Cause-
cobbler.
Yeah, peach cobbler has crumbles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that kind of not quite graham cracker crust, but the crumbled, the cobbler part of the cobbler as
Yeah.
opposed to the fruit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good work there, Boulder Canyon. If nothing else, it's certainly an interesting
Yeah.
chip.
Yeah.
So we thank you out there for listening. You've been here for us, fooding our way through a complete day worth of meals. We talked about Scrabble. We gave you some good suggestions for possibly your get-together.
Well, we hope they're good suggestions.
We hope they are. I feel like they are. And we want to thank all of you that are either spending some part of your holiday with us or your holiday weekend. Maybe you're listening to this on your way to whatever Black Friday shopping you're doing. Or if you're somewhere else in the world, you're enjoying your Friday with us, and we thank you. Or possibly your Thursday. I guess it depends when you get
Thursday.
from work.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to give thanks to everyone that donated to us for Extra Life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And all the people that drove and spent their precious time with us.
Yes.
Yeah, during Extra Life, because there were quite.
Oh, it's gone in the outtakes.
That was beautiful.
Blah. There were quite a few people that some regular faces and some new faces that spent some time with us and played some game with us, and it was quite nice.
It's a little
Yeah,
weird getting to meet fans. I'm not
It
used
is
to that.
weird.
Well, it's nice. It's not a bad weird. It's just is this my life that I have fans who
It is very strange. Like, as
Yeah.
much as we say this, and I hear other podcasts say the same thing, and I kind of like roll my eyes like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, it is very strange because we make these episodes and we see these numbers, and until we go do something like this, and people are like, yeah, I drove 2 hours to get here, and you're like, I didn't drive 2 hours to get here.
Yeah.
What is up with you?
nor would I have if that had been the event. But
So-
and not
It
to
would've been
knock,
rough.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a
It's
cool
awesome.
way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is
crazy awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, crazy awesome. But like, I would if you told me we're driving 2 hours for this charity event, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in the back of your car on the way when you drive me there.
Yeah, I really
That's what's
hope that
gonna
this
happen.
gentleman made it home safely because he had been up with us for most of that time.
he
Well, I know-
did
what-
because he liked one of the cat's
Yeah.
tweets.
Oh,
And,
good.
And don't
Good.
get me wrong, we had a few
At Party
people
Game
that
Cat.
traveled multiple hours.
Yeah.
Don't think that was one person. There were a few.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, there were a few that traveled further,
Yeah.
much further than we did.
Yeah, we were,
Well, yes,
we were in
there-
Maryland. We had people that came from Delaware and Pennsylvania and
Virginia.
and yeah,
Delaware and Pennsylvania, I didn't know about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I knew
mean,
about Virginia.
We cannot thank all of you enough, and you're
Yeah.
a good time to bring this up, Rocky, because I'd
Oh, no,
forgotten to
he
do
is
it,
in
and I'm
Delaware now. That's
terrible.
right. He moved, didn't he?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know there are people that came quite some distances, and we cannot thank you enough for that. Not only does it feel good to make this and to know that somebody
Oh, no,
wants
I'm
to be
thinking
there
something else.
and talk to us, But for this event to help the kids at the Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital or whatever Children's Miracle Network hospital you may have given your money to support, it's just really a super cool thing. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, and we thank you for we met our group goal and exceeded it. We even exceeded last year's total.
By $1.
Yeah.
Hey, it was
By-
more than $1.
It was $1.10.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we'll take it.
Yes.
A win's a win, kids.
Hey, yeah, we keep going up. We keep
Absolutely.
going up.
Absolutely.
We can still accept donations until the end of the year
We
if
certainly
you
can.
had conveniently forgotten.
Or if you're waiting until you need to figure out how much you need to donate for your taxes.
Yeah, we're not.
yes.
I want you to know we're not mad about that.
No.
We're not mad if it's a strategic decision to help you with your tab. By all
we
means.
are we're happy. We're accommodating. If
Yeah.
that's what you need to do to get this money to help the kids,
Yeah, you do you, boo boo. You do you.
We're here for you.
And with all that, you know who made the theme. You know.
I think it's Shifty Pop.
Shifty
it's
Pop.
Shifty Pop.
Yeah.
You know where we are on Twitter
At Party Gamecast.
and the cat.
At Party Game Cat?
Yeah,
Meow,
it certainly
meow, meow.
is.
Meow,
We're on
meow, meow.
we're on Facebook.
Facebook.
You can email us at thepartygamecast@gmail.com. We're on Board Game Geek. We have a guild.
We have a guild,
It's
yeah.
a thing. You can call us.
At
30 Party Game. No?
the party games?
Yeah, 30 PRTYGAME. Leave off that last E for savings.
I just wanted to hear you do it.
I understand.
If you do leave off that last D, you get the party games.
The party game.
Do.
Really, we all dance every
We
time.
really
Every single
do.
time. That's not a we have to do that. That's
Yeah.
why we
Yeah.
have to do it that way.
Yeah.
Am I missing any ways to reach us? The hotline.
Probably.
The hotline.
You did that.
We
Yeah.
did the email.
Yep.
We did the Twitter.
The bling.
The Facebook, yeah.
You can pin us on Pinterest
You could
if you're
try.
interested.
You could look under a rock.
Yeah.
You could throw a paper airplane really hard.
Yeah, you could reach inside your turkey. We're there.
Yep, we are.
Just wander around Maryland and hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can open up. We are probably inside your canned cranberry sauce. We have like those ribs.
Why would you?
Oh yeah,
Why would you eat that?
I don't know.
Tasty.
I don't know that we can be friends anymore.
I'm sorry.
You can just take a box of Stovetop, rip it open, and just gently whisper into it, "Hey guys,"
Hey, Party Gamecast.
and we'll respond. We hear you.
Although we really prefer if you use some sort of weird snack food to try to communicate with us.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you can find us in a box of Stovetop. We're not proud.
Yeah, no, we are definitely not that.
Yeah.
No.
And once again, thank you so much for listening.